Cloudcast Media. Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media. We always love to have our friends in from Scripps Ranch Theater and also now Common Ground Theater. I think the first time we have them in. Yolanda Franklin, she's our artistic director for Common Ground Theater and also the director of the play Stew, joined by her colleague Jamaelya Hines. She's an actress in Stew. So Yolanda and Jamaelya, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good morning. Doing wonderful.
Good. So, Yolanda, what is all about? Talk about the Common Ground Theater and how you're connected with Scripps Ranch Theater.
Oh, great. Thank you. Common Ground Theater is in its 61st year, is one of the top 3 longest running African-American theater companies in the United States of America.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And it was founded by Dr. Robert Matthews and also Rufus DeWitt.
Now, if it's the right Dr. Matthews, I think I worked with him at San Diego Unified. Is
Yes,
that correct?
you did.
I did.
Yes, you did.
So that tells you how old I am.
Oh, my God.
What a great guy. Is
Yes.
Dr. Matthews still alive?
No, he passed.
He didn't, yeah. And just was an absolutely incessant smile on his face, and he was just a great guy. I'm so glad to hear that. How well did you know him?
Actually, when I became executive artistic director for Common Ground Theater, we met and I was able to do the Little Rock Nine about the students who were the first ones to integrate the school in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Right.
And he said, "Thank you, Yolanda. This is what I meant for Common Ground
100%.
Theater."
Yeah, and he was always an advocate for that. He was an advocate for everybody. That was
yes.
great about it.
And what he meant by that was he saw a stage filled with diverse actors.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
I'm smiling, looking at his face right now. And you've been involved for how long now?
Been involved with Common Ground Theater actually quite a few years, but as executive artistic director since 2019.
So have you always been interested in production and plays and culture and?
Absolutely. As a young child, my father was in the military, and he would bring in people that worked under him, and we'd have like a potluck on the weekend. So I would take the kids, and I would go in the backyard. I'd find out everyone's talent and skill, and then we produce a show for our parents.
How old were you?
I was a very young.
8?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you look me up?
No, and I'll tell you why I said that. Because I know some people that had the same passion for X, Y, and Z. They didn't continue in the career you did, but they did the same thing. They organized plays in their backyard, and one of them did it starting at age 8. And I said, I bet Yolanda was 8 when she started doing this. Jamaelya, how did you get involved with production and acting and everything in between?
Well, I started off as a dancer, so I've been dancing since I was 9.
Okay.
And then when I turned, I don't know, about my mid-20s, I said, I think I want to act. Because I've been dancing for so long, I've been dancing professionally, and I've been in the ensemble of musicals. And I felt like I had more to tell with more than just my body and what I wanted to express. So I started training while I was doing musicals. And this was my first play. I did an audition, and they reached out and they said, "Hey, we have a play called Stew. Could you come audition?" And I came, and now I'm here.
So what role did you play at Stew?
I play Lil Mama. So I play. She's a baby. She's in her preteen. She's about 12.
Okay, good. We're going to ask Yolanda all about all this. Brandon, do you have any questions?
Yeah, because I just am always awed by people in the arts, and I have a couple of friends who are also in the arts. So in this sort of space, like, what do you feel, and why do you feel so compelled to be able to like express yourself? It's at least one of the things that I've loved just exploring is how I've had a conversation with like these 3 types of people. There's like achievement, there's purpose, and then there's expression. And expression is by far the most colorful and amazing people. So like, what do you feel about, putting yourself out there, and that makes it so pressing, and why, and how could others find that and within themselves as well?
Who are you addressing that to? Which person?
The actor here.
Okay, Jamaelya. Okay.
Well, so I think it started off with expression because I was a little girl. I started dancing in church, and then I think as I got older, I saw the effect that what I was doing was having on others in a positive way, especially as an actor. I think it kind of allows people and almost enforces them to feel something that they maybe need to heal from, but also, just like with this play, ask questions, especially. Well, we'll get into that later, but that was my goal as an actor. I'm expressing myself, but my goal is to help others feel something. So that's my purpose, is to what can I offer to other people? I feel like I have this talent and a gift, and I need to provide that to others who are, just...
Yeah, it's amazing because that's something very similar to one of my artist friends who her whole goal is to make someone cry. Basically to enable people to express themselves that otherwise they just simply can't in the real world or have the opportunity to. And that's where I find the value in arts and the beauty and why I'm so awed by people like you.
No, that's great. That's Brandon Joe that was chatting, and our listeners know Brandon is co-host my show. Occasionally, he's the associate producer of the Spotlight on the Community Show. I'm Drew Schlosberg, and you're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the nation's longest-running community podcast. We're now in our 18th year, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. We're broadcasting from the Mission Fed studios here in Scripps Ranch. Honored to have in the studio with us today friends from Scripps Ranch Theater and Common Ground Theater, Yolanda Franklin, artistic director for Common Ground Theater and the director of Stew. We're going to find out all about Stew, joined by her colleague, Jamaelya Hines. She is an actress in Stew. So I've teed you up for this, Yolanda. What's Stew all about without doing any spoiler alerts?
Okay. Then I better stay on book. Okay.
You can do whatever you'd like.
I think because I'm so passionate about it as well. Can I go back to
Brandon? Absolutely.
Brandon question? Because I too share the same desire to help people tell their stories. And I was a former actor, and then changing over into a director and now running a theater company. I think it's very important to have stories that you don't get to hear about, and to have artists come in that you don't regularly see. And so that was the thing with bringing on Jamaelya. She was someone that I saw in an audition. And I said, we need to have her. She needs to audition for Little Mama. And she came on and she nailed the role. So it's taking those opportunities to have people share their gift and help me tell stories. So thank you for that question. But Stu, okay, I want to tell you about this wonderful play, Stu. I'm going to read the synopsis.
Please.
Mama is up early to prepare an important meal, and even with her family on hand to help, time is running short. Tensions simmer with 3 generations of Tucker women under one roof, and we all know what that can be like. But what's more important about this, there's some strong language that the daughters are coming back home. Mama she's making an important meal for church. And everyone has a secret, has something that they're holding close to their chest. And what happens is, as this stew is being prepared and burned twice, and being undone twice, that the secrets start to bubble to the top. And you get to see what happens as this family and all their secrets unfold. And you get to see through this Black family how they navigate through dealing with their problems and things that they have been holding back, and what happens when they do.
Is it in a certain time period?
Oh, it's let's see. I think we placed it in 2007, between 2007 and 2010.
Any reason why those years?
Well, that is what the playwright wanted.
Okay, gotcha.
That's what the playwright wanted. So we stayed true to her vision.
Right. And it's 2000. Okay, and is there a geography? Is it in a certain place?
Yes, it's in New York.
Okay.
It's in one of the, what is it called?
Washington Heights.
Washington Heights.
Okay, yeah, okay, very good. Have you been to Washington Heights?
I lived in New York for quite some time, so I've been to Washington Heights a few times.
So you understand. Okay, in Washington Heights, okay. And how important does Washington Heights, I'll start with you on this, Yolanda, play in the fact that this play is good, popular, and all that? How critical that it happened in Washington Heights?
Because of where they're located and the small town that they're located in and the close-knit family union that's formed. And I feel that we've taken a place that anyone can relate to.
Okay.
That's what's important about it, that you can see the family dynamic and what unfolds in the story.
Right. And, Jamaelya, you grew up did you grow up in New York?
No, I grew up in Arizona, but I lived in New York for.
So you're familiar with Washington Heights then? Okay. Did it make it easier for you to do this role because of that?
I don't know if that was, I thought that maybe Washington Heights meant something more to Zora Howard, the writer of the script, because I feel like although it's in Washington Heights, it can happen anywhere in any home, regardless of that. I think it gave it more of a city feel. I know Washington Heights, it's very families on top of each other. There's a lot of chaos outside, but there's even more chaos, I think, in the house as well.
Right.
And so I've seen that even just living there. So I think that's maybe why she did it.
Right.
And it plays into the the language. The way that they're talking is very natural, the overlapping. And in New York, everything's kind of more fast-paced. So we bring that dynamic into the play.
Yeah, my father was born in the Bronx and grew up near Yankee Stadium, and all my relatives are from New York. I'm a Southern California boy, and I love New Yorkers. I think they're funnier than can be. Brandon, I'm not sure if you know many New Yorkers. They are smart, energetic, honest, true.
My father.
Is that your? No, that's right. He was in the military, right?
Yes, and he's from Hollis, New York.
Where's that?
It's near Brooklyn.
Oh, okay. So right in there. That's good. So, how many plays have you directed, Yolanda? Well, I can tell by you thinking it's a lot. Yeah, right.
Well, I've been doing this 25 plus years, mainly as an actress.
Right.
And I started directing, I would say, back in 2000, maybe 2010. I took a conservatorship with Ion Theater Company.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, when we come back from break, I want to talk more about that. I know Brandon has some questions for you. Going from, I love asking these questions when Susan brings on some of her talented directors and actors and actresses. Is it tough to make that transition from actor to director? Does it help you because you've been in the shoes of this? Does it hinder you? Depends on the play and all that business. So give some thought to that as well. And most importantly, how do people get tickets to Stu? And when is it playing and so forth? When we return with Yolanda Franklin, Artistic Director for Common Ground Theater and the Director of Stu, joined by her colleague and actress in Stu, Jamaelya Hines. I'm joined by my co-host and associate producer of Spotlight on the Community, Brandon Joe. I'm Drew Schlosberg. We're going to be right back after this short break.
When you do your banking with Mission Fed, you get great rates on auto and home loans. That's good for you, but something good also happens for a lot of other people. We're not for profit, so we put money back into the community to help lots of great nonprofits to keep San Diego strong. So you're not just getting something good, you're doing something good. Come to Mission Fed. It's banking that's good for all.
Brand amplification is the DNA of Cloudcast Media, and our code is the powerful blending of sound, voice, and storytelling to lift local brands and their communities. Whether it is our Brandcast, Schoolcast, or Causecast platforms, the unifying ethos is all about this community, the one you call home. If you dare to dream and want to explore the brand amplification of Cloudcast, a national leader in local podcasting and other Winfluence strategies, please visit us at cloudcast.us.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media. You're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the nation's longest running community podcast, now in our 18th year, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union for 6 decades, doing great things in San Diego County. Joined by my co-host and associate producer of the Spotlight Show, Brandon Joe, and we are thrilled to have in the studio Yolanda Franklin, artistic director for Common Ground Theater, and the director of this play, Stu, and joined by her colleague, Jamaelya Hines, an actress in Stu. Yolanda, when's it playing?
Oh, it opened April 5th.
Okay.
And we will run in through April 21st.
April 21st. And
Yes.
where is the theater?
Scripps Ranch is on the University, Alliant International University on the campus.
Yeah, right off of Pomerado Road in
Yes.
15, if I'm not mistaken.
That's perfect.
Yeah, exactly. And how many showings are there? Are they just on weekends? Is it?
Yes, Friday through Sunday. We have some matinees on Saturday.
Okay.
Not this Saturday. Next Saturday on the 20th, we'll have a matinee show.
Yeah.
But there's we run Friday, Saturday, 7:30, and on Sunday at 2 p.m.
Yeah, I'd love to go. Now, Susan, Clausen, who is one of our dear friends and brings just great content, faints when I say this all the time. But I actually went and saw her perform at Oceanside Theater Company, and I think when she saw me in this, I think she lost her lines because she goes, "You actually are coming to a play?" And it was actually phenomenal, and I'd love to do that. Jamaelya, have you played at the Scripps Ranch Theater before?
No, this is my first time.
The first time, okay. Very good. So how are the first performances going? Good?
They've been really good. Full house. I feel like we've gotten a great response. And yeah, I'm excited to just keep doing it. It's fun. So
very good. Brandon?
I just have a quick question or maybe a comment, but Yolanda, what sort of advice would you give to Jamaelya about the interaction between the original writer of Stu and then how you put your own flavor into it? What is that sort of interaction like, and what can she do to strengthen that?
Say that question again.
So with it, because there's the original writer of Stu, and then there's yourself, and in a lot of these plays, it's a lot of combining both of those together.
Absolutely.
So what is that like, and how would you recommend Jamaelya would approach that?
Oh, okay. That's a great question because that's what I believe. I believe that this whole art is about collaboration, and so you want to stick as close as possible. I mean, you are going to do 100% of the writer's words, and you want to convey the vision. But you're also, what's wonderful about Zora Howard is she has given you the right to a creative permission to allow you to put in parts where the audience can actually be left wondering and come up with their own conclusions at the end. I won't give anything away. You must see it. But for Jamaelya, I have, we've talked about her role as a 12-year-old and being someone who's not. So we worked on crafting Little Mama, and what she brought into Little Mama was Little Mama is very smart. And you ever heard about a child being 12 years old, but they sound like they're 39?
I've heard of
how they come across,
right? 5-year-olds.
Right,
exactly.
right. And so she gets to bring this yearning for knowledge that she has as an adult, right? And having the knowledge she brings to Little Mama. So she's used that in her role. And what else would you say? You're looking at me.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I did a lot of substitution of how I was as a 12-year-old.
But then the tricky part was disassociating yourself from yourself. And so we worked on, because she's a very astute young woman, very smart, very intelligent, and she comes across, she's very well spoken. And this young lady, to put her in that mind frame of being a child, we had to do something with her voice, because we can't have her sounding like she's an older lady. So we worked on your voice. We worked on some of your responses.
I think that, and the mannerisms as well.
The mannerisms.
Something I had to really focus on is how would a 12-year-old really respond, or what are they doing in the times they're not speaking?
Yeah,
and when
it just shows how much effort, how much care, how much detail goes into some of these plays. So that you just got to show up for some of these, and it's the whole experience that's been crafted to a T, from the actor to the writer, all down to the watcher.
So I'm going to put Jamaelya on the spot here. So, and if you don't want to do it, I certainly understand. How does your 12-year-old voice sound?
Ooh.
And you're very, very comfortable with saying, Drew, you're going to have to go and see the play.
Say that.
Okay. Since my director's telling me you'll have to go see the play.
Okay, man. Okay,
Thank you.
Pretend Yolanda's not here, but
but in her head she hears.
I'm just well, and to Brandon's point, I think that's so true. And we were talking right before break. Yolanda, you've acted, of course, many times, and now you're a director. Mm-hmm. Is it easier to make the transition from actor to director, or director to actor, or it just depends?
I think that every actor should have some form of backstage, something that they've done backstage,
right.
Whether it be take on lighting design, sound design, or at least getting the knowledge of it. Because I feel, as a director and studying that, this whole discipline, that has made me a better actor, because now I'm covering the whole play. I'm covering, directors are basically designers. I'm helping the costume designer design what she wears to a T. I'm helping the lighting designers help me tell the story.
Right.
So I'm giving everyone my vision, and I feel like they're my arms. And I feel like as an actress, I'm able to talk to my actors from my point of view as an actor and a director.
Oh, sure.
I will give them direction, but sometimes I can tell them why they're inspired, why they're motivated to do this, and how to navigate and get there. Whereas some directors, I've had some directors, I'm not going to cuss and say what she said, but they've said, you know what, that's somebody else's stuff. You go figure out, but this is what I want you to do. And as actors, that's our job.
Right.
But sometimes it's difficult not knowing.
Right. No, I get that. Last question before we again shout out to Stu and how to get tickets and all that. Mm-hmm. Have you ever directed a play you were acting in?
I'm working on it right now. A one-woman show, and it's called 10 Chain Links from Judge. And it's about Oni Judge, who was George Washington's slave.
Right.
And I'm telling her story and 12 characters. But I do want to mention something.
Please.
This being the last statement I'll get to make.
You can make as many statements as you like.
I want to tell you about the talkbacks.
Please.
Something I brought to this show was talkbacks, and Scripps Ranch was like all for it. What happens with the talkbacks? We have Talkback Fridays, where we'll bring in Common Ground Theater has brought in some community leaders from southeastern San Diego. And not just because they're community leaders, but because they're either a mom, a sister, or a daughter. And I want them to talk from that perspective with this audience that we have, because it's a crossover audience. We have Scripps Ranch, and we are bringing busloads of people to Scripps Ranch from Southeast San Diego, and we're all enjoying it together. The main takeaway is that we're all human. We're all the same. Anyone can see themselves
100%.
up on that stage.
100%.
Right?
We're all in this together.
Yes, and we're better together.
And when we row together, we're even better than that. I think that's a beautiful comment. So, again, how do you get tickets? Where do you go to get tickets? And the play goes till April the 21st, correct?
Great.
Okay.
So go to Scripps Ranch Theater, and that's with an RE.org.
Right.
Select the play is Stew by Zora Harward, directed by myself, Yolanda Franklin. And if you bring 10 or more people, you can get in for $35.
Oh man, that's fantastic. Jamaelya, any final comments?
Come see the show.
Very
Hear
good.
my voice.
I get to hear your voice on this. Well, listen, just thoroughly enjoyed it. It's always a pleasure to hear the great work that's going on in theaters like yours. It's so important, live theater. That's an understatement. And to see it live, and especially the camaraderie with the audience in this topic, with the meshing of the Scripps Ranch folks and the people you're bringing in from Southeast. We need so much more of this in this world. Imagine what a great world it would be if we actually did more of this, and so forth. Yolanda and Jamaelya, is wishing you nothing but great success. Our listeners, please take a look at Stew, Scripps Ranch Theater, running through April 21st. I think you'll enjoy it. Thanks for coming on the show. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
You bet. And Brandon, Joe, as always, you're getting even better as a journalist, asking questions. You must have gotten some tips from Charles Parisi. Is that correct?
I'm just learning from the best.
Right.
There it goes.
Exactly. So we had a wonderful conversation with Yolanda Franklin and Jamaelya Hines. Go see that play, Stew, Scripps Ranch Theater, playing through April 21st. I'm Drew Schlosberg, and you've been listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the nation's longest-running community podcast in our 18th year, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. For 6 decades, just doing great things for folks living in San Diego County. We hope you enjoyed the interview.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.